if your organization looked like this, 400. But if you have indirects that came in 5 and 5, how much is that worth to you? $400. It's the same thing. Okay, it doesn't make a difference. The mistake that most people make after bringing in their quote-unquote 4, okay, there's one really big, see, this came about because one time I was in Singapore conducting a training, and somebody came up to me, and during the training, he kept asking, I've been rejected so many times, everybody's giving me their objections, this and that. Finally, after the training, I went to him, okay, and I said, sir, I'm going to be here for the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, I took pity on him, and I said, can I help you go out and get your left and right? I'll help you. And he goes, no. I already have my left and right. I said, you do? Yeah, I have 2 on my left and 3 on my right. So I said, well, what's the problem? But I've talked to 50, 60, 70 people over the last 4 or 5 days, and they all turned me down. And that's when it got me thinking, this guy's approaching it wrong. What happened now is those 2, 3, 5 people, okay, that he was talking about, he just basically left them alone. What he did is he went out and he tried to bring in 100 people by himself. And they usually end up just neglecting. They go out and try for 100 more people by themselves. That's the mistake that this guy was making. Okay, and that's why he was failing. He was getting so discouraged. So what happened? I said, what happened to your 2 on the left and 3? And he goes, what do you mean? I don't know. They're supposed to go out and refer. They're supposed to go out and make money for me. That was this guy's mentality. Is that the way to make money in this business? So what happens is, usually they end up not continuing in the business. Right? Because somebody brings them in and then leaves them alone, and that's it. They know nothing about the business. They've never been trained. They've never been caddied. And they end up just getting discouraged and not continuing in the business. Which is something that we're going to be taking up a little bit later. Why do people drop out? Why do people who were otherwise very excited about doing this business eventually end up dropping out of the business? Usually it's because they don't have support. Okay? So they end up not continuing in the business. What you must realize is that you must be patient. You're not going to be able to bring in half of Singapore or half of KL by yourself. Okay? The sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. Remember, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, this is not something where you make money instantly, your first day or your first week. Start setting a culture of encouraging others to assist their directs in referring their circle of influence. You see what I'm saying? That's where building an organization, that's how building an organization starts. It starts by you helping them. But see, what happened was, Ferdy came in, right? Now he calls me up the next day, okay, and says, Joe, I have a group of people I'd like to talk to. Can you meet with me? Okay, because I don't know how to present it the way you do. So I said, yeah, sure. And Tuesday, 7 o'clock, I remember the date. So we met in Pizza Hut on Ortigas in the Philippines. Okay, we met at Pizza Hut, and Ferdy was there with a small group, about 3 or 4 people. One of them was Dave Trinidad. To this day, I'm so thankful to God that Dave Trinidad was there. I didn't know Dave Trinidad. Okay? But did it make a difference with the computer? No. So I sat there, showed the business, okay? And Dave took one look. Okay, how do we do this? How do we start this business? I'm like, wow, this is my kind of guy. Okay? And then on my cousin, on the other hand, she said, Joe, I'm having some friends over, come to the house. Okay, can you help me present it to them? I said, yeah, just make sure there's a whiteboard. Okay, and she didn't have a whiteboard. Okay, so what we did is we took, the brown paper, the big sheets of, we just pasted it on the wall. With tape and when I ran out of space, when I ran out of space. And one of the guys in there was PG Quintanar. And then PG Quintanar asked me to help present in his house to some of his friends. And then another presentation, then came in Rico Uy. And then Rico Uy came in the same time with Patrick Zuniga. You see what I'm trying to say? I didn't know these people. But all I did was just kept helping them bring in their 2 or 3. See? Had I left them alone, do you think they would have prospered? Maybe yes, but in all probability, probably not. Okay, because the people need support. The only way you can start this culture is to do it yourself. Don't expect to bring in one person on your left, another person on your right, and you go, you make money for me, you go, make money for me. But sadly, many people have that mentality. I brought you in, you're supposed to bring in all your clan. What about you? You're supposed to bring in your old school. I thought you were a good guy. That's not the way to make money in this business. And if you start that kind of culture, you know why that's so dangerous? If that's the way you are, how do you think they're going to treat their leaders in their organization? They're going to treat them exactly the same way. But if you busy yourself helping out these people, how are they going to treat their customers? Exactly the same way. And that's the reason why this paradigm shift, number one, is so important, because it sets the tone. It sets the tone for your culture in your organization. The only way you can start this culture is to do it yourself. Help others bring in their circle of influence. The numbers will come later. Okay, can you imagine if this is you and you bring in your 4, right? Now, how long will that take? If you, with the help of the leaders up in your organization, really decide to spend time in bringing in your circle of influence, how long will it take? Somebody says 1 week. Somebody said 2 days. 1 month. 2 months. However long, huh? 4 months. That's very long. Let's say 1 month. Let's say 2 months. Okay? Is that acceptable to everyone? 2 months to bring in 4 people within your circle of influence. Not by yourself, but with the help of your leaders. Right? Now these 4 will also have their circle of influence. Right? These guys aren't hermits. They don't live up in a cave up in them hills up there. Right? They also have a circle of influence. They also have friends, relatives, and cousins. Everybody has a circle of influence. See, for this business to work, you have to make it work with something that everybody has. And everybody has a circle of influence. If you don't have a circle of influence of 2 or 3 or 4 people, people who believe you, people who trust what you say, then this is the wrong seminar. Then you should be attending another. And if you can't get 2, 3, 4 people to believe what you say, and can bring home the integrity with which you explain something to them, then you're attending the wrong seminar. But everybody has a circle of 2, 3, 4, 5 people of influence over them. Now these 4 will have also 2, 3, 4, 5 people under them, correct? So now, if you just help the 4 bring in their 4, now you have 20 in your organization. Do you know these 16 people? Does it make a difference if you know them? Doesn't make any difference. Now these 16 will have a circle of influence of 4. Will you be alone in assisting these 16? Will not the 4 help you out? It depends. If you help them out, if you took time out to help them, then they probably will help you too. But if you just left them alone, they probably won't help you enlarge your organization. Now these 64, are they hermits? No, they also have friends, relatives, colleagues. When the 64 bring in, then you have 256 coming in. Again, do you know these people? Doesn't make a difference with the computer whether you know them or not. Then the 64 have a circle of influence of 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Now you have 1,000 coming in. 1,000 people you don't know, but your organization help bring them in. Help refer them into this business. That's how you make money in this business. Teach everyone to work with their circle of influence. The first thing is accept it here in your heart. Okay, realize that you need to work with your circle of influence, and finally teach them the same thing. If you have people under you who think, oh, this guy is the president of this organization, oh, this guy is the minister of this, or this guy is a senator in this province, tell him, wait. That's not the way we're going to do it here. Let's work with your circle of influence of about 4 or 5. Then we will work with their circle of influence. Teach it. Remember, this is a business of impartation. Okay, the sooner you can get them with that mindset, the sooner they can teach their leaders also. And the big numbers will come later. I guarantee you, if you do it right, the big numbers, the sales, the volumes, the big checks, okay, this will only be a byproduct, okay, of the way you train and set the mindset in with your leaders. Okay, the numbers will come later.